The frequency and intensity of natural and conflict-related crises is increasing. Following the humanitarian response phase, governments, NGOs and development organizations are eager to provide assistance and support for reconstruction and recovery in the case of natural disasters, and peace building and recovery in the case of conflict-related crises.
What you need to do is to harmonize the assessment and to identify the needs and come up with a generally agreed recovery plan. Then the international community, the national institutions can commit their funding, align their programs.
In 2008, the European Commission, the United Nations and the World Bank signed a joint declaration on post-crisis assessments and recovery planning. The declaration covers both post-disaster needs assessment, PDNA, and recovery and peacebuilding assessment, RPBA. These are government-led processes designed to create a common platform for delivering coordinated support to recovery. The post-earthquake needs assessment in Nepal in 2015 is a recent example of how the international community used the PDNA to help government identify the short, medium and long-term recovery needs in a costed and prioritized recovery strategy.
The benefit of the PDN is that you know the resource requirement, and also you identified the sector, subsector, and you involve the development partners, private sector and government ministry, including civil society.
There were excellent and cooperative personal relationship between all partners involved. It was a spirit of we wanted to do something together in as short time as possible.
Between the end of April and the middle of June, it's very few weeks that go by, but we had a very solid document that allowed for a very successful resource mobilization exercise at the donors meeting, where a sizable amount of money was raised from the international community.
Without PDNA report, you cannot imagine that reconstruction would have happened in this way.
In a similar way, Nigeria benefited from an RPBA conducted in 2016 in 6 northern states.
The RPBA was very helpful in creating a framework for engagement of many development partners in Nigeria.
From the very beginning, we wanted, as I say in Nigeria, to walk the talk and not just to talk the talk. We wanted a framework for action. People are now today getting help and support in a way that they would not have got if the RPBA did not exist.
The expectations were essentially for us to have the right information in terms of the data, in terms of the numbers, to then begin to have a coordinated and coherent approach to solving the problems. At the core of all of this was also an analysis of the drivers of the conflict, because the truth is we can replace the structures, but if we don't understand what the drivers of the conflict are and don't have a framework to addressing that, peace building, social cohesion within the community, building trust, if we're not able to put those things back, then everything can crumble again.
The nice thing about the RPPAs is that there is an instrument up in Brussels which is managed by the FPI, and they have a framework contract, so they can send experts out to delegations to help the delegations participate actively and be real players in the RPPA. Without the very efficient, the very professional expertise that Brussels provided to us to help us in this, we could not have done what we did in the RPPA in Nigeria.
Since 2008, over 50 PDNA and RPBA missions have been conducted in Asia, Africa, Europe and Latin America, and provided substantial support to those who need it most.